Hi guys, welcome to KP classes. I hope in today's class we are going to discuss this gate architecture general aptitude part. I hope you must have checked this answer key, and if you are having any confusion regarding the questions which are given in this general aptitude part, so we are going to cover all these questions which are there in this section. So when we are going to look into this general aptitude question number 1, so just read the language of the question that is given here. It says how many 4-digit positive integers divisible by 3 can be formed using only digits 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 such that no digit appear more than once in a number. Now this question number 1, I hope this is clearly visible on the screen. This question number 1 which was asked in this examination is from the favorite topic of GATE, because every year you will be getting question from this PNC. This question number 1 is from the topic of permutation and combination. So how we are going to solve it? So for this particular question, if you have practice questions which are based on PNC, solving this question number 1 is very easy. How we are going to deal with this question? It says how many 4-digit positive integers which are divisible by 3. Now for finding these numbers, first of all there is one property that you need to know, that the numbers which are divisible by 3, the sum of the digit is also divisible by 3 in that case. See, now how many combinations are possible? Total 5 digits are given. How many, how many combination of these 5 digits is possible which we can make? First of all we are going to make that, and then after that we'll be discussing it. So first of all, what are the combinations that are possible? I hope this will be clearly visible on the screen and I can. Okay, so let's talk about this question number 1. It says how many combination are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just try to write it. If you are going to use this first digit as 1, now what are the combination that we can make here? First of all we can use these 3 digits 1, 3, 4, 6. 1, 3, 4, 6. Now in this case what we skipped? We skipped this 7. Now the other combination, in that case we can skip this 3 also. So first we skip this 7 now, or you can skip this 6 also, anything you can do. Now we are going to skip this 3. What is the combination that will be there? 1, 4, 6, 7. Now 1 we checked by skipping 7, second we checked by skipping 3. Now we are going to skip this 4 in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you are going to skip this 4, you will be getting 1, 3, 6 and 7. Now in this case we are going to skip this 6 also. So now what is the combination that will be there? If you are going to skip this 6 here, what will be getting? 3, 4, 7 na? Now in all these cases you will be finding this one digit. Now we are going to skip this one, and what is the combination that will be there? This will be 3, 4, 6, 7. Now total what number of combination we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 possible combination of the digits are there. Now we are going to check what? If the sum is divisible by 3 or not. If the sum is divisible by 3, that means combination which will be made out of these digits will also be divisible. That is the thing. So once you are going to add this, 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 6, 14. 14 is not divisible by 3. That means any combination of these digits will not be divisible by 3. This possibility is being rejected. Now on the second case, 1 plus 3 is going to be 5, 5 plus 6 is going to be 11, and 11 plus 7 is going to be 18. Now this 18 is divisible by 3. That means all the combination which will be made by these digits will be also divisible by 3. That means how many combination are possible? 4 factorial combination are possible. The same way we can deal with the third option. 1 plus 3 is going to be 4, 4 plus 6 is going to be 10, and 10 plus 7 is going to be 17, and this 17 is not divisible by 3. That means there is no combination possible out of these digits which will be divisible by 3. The same way this question, this option number 4, 1 plus 3 plus 1 is going to be 4, 4 plus 4 is going to be 8, 8 plus 7 is going to be what? 15. Now this 15 is also divisible by 3. That means number of combination which will be made by using these number of digits will also be divisible by 3. That means in this case total how many combination will be possible? That will be 4 factorial. Now we are going to check in the last option, that is 4 plus 3 is going to be 7, and 7 and 7 14, 14 plus 6 is going to be 20. Now 20 is not divisible by 3. That means combination which will be made by using these digits will also be not divisible. Now what are the possibilities we are having? 4 factorial and 4 factorial. These are the only combinations that are there. So once you are going to calculate 4 factorial, you already knowing it, 4 3 2, 24 we are getting here, 24 we are getting here. Just add these two digits, you will be getting the answer. So this question number 1, again it was from the very popular topic of your gate examination, that is PNC. You must have solved it. So the question number 1, the answer is going to be 48. Now we are going to solve some more question which are, now this question number 2 is based on English, although you must have gone through it. The answer for this question number, so once you are going to read the language of question number 2, it is, it denotes increasing order of intensity, then the meaning of the word. Now from sick in then after that the third term which is given in the increasing order of intensity. Now the same way, silly is given, then after that the highest degree of this term is daft, that is given here. So for this question the correct option is going to be option B, that is vain. And I hope you must have gone through these questions. Now we are going to solve something. If you are going to check in this question number 3, what is happening here, what we have done till now, this person 1 and person 2 are investing in some mutual fund A, B and C. So person 1 invested 10,000, 20,000, 20,000. This person invested 20,000, 15,000 and 15,000, right? So here what they are getting, that person 1 is investment in this option are different, person 2's investment is different. Now what is the outcome they are getting here? Person 1, from this he will be getting 23,000 and from this investment he is going to get 23,000. So what is the total outcome he is getting from B and C? That is going to be equal to 46,000. Just simple. Now what is the outcome they will be getting from here? If you are going to add it now, 15,000 and 15,000, that is going to be equal 30,000. 30,000 and then after that 2,000 and 2,000 will be 4,000, 34,000 plus 34,500 is the amount they are getting, person 1 and person 2, by investing in mutual funds in B and C. This is about only B and C. Now they are saying what rate of interest should be there that they will be getting in mutual fund, so that the person 1 the amount that is given towards person 1 is only 500 more than the second one. Now for this question, although you can assume the interest rate to be X, that is one way of doing it, or we can check it through the options that are given. First you can check by giving the 7.5% and then after that you can check for the 10%. So first of all, if you are going to check it by the using the 7.5%, 10,000 ka 7.5% will be what? It is going to be 750, right? The same way if you are going to use this, it will be what? It will be 1500 now. So once you are going to add this 10,750 and then after that this will be equal to 21,500, and once you are going to add it, that is not going to be equal to what? That is not, that this money is not going to be 500 more than the other one. So what we can do here, we are going to check the second option. Is it the correct one? Is it satisfying the condition that is given here in the question? So for that, what we can do here, we just need to check what is the interest rate that is given in the mutual fund A, or there is one more way of doing it. Just assume it to be X. At the end of the question, you will be getting the value of X, and that will be the answer, that what rate of interest is there. That is one way of doing it, but here we are checking it from the options. So 10% of interest, that means 10,000 ka 10% will be what? 1,000. That means he will be getting from mutual fund 11,000 rupees. Just write it here, 11,000. Then after that, the person 2 is also getting, because this they are investing in the mutual fund A na, that is charging 10%, that is given in the option. So we are checking it from the options. So that will be 2,000. So add this 22,000 here and check it. Is it the correct one? Now this will be equal to 57,000. Once you are going to add it now, this 6,175, 4 plus 1, 5. So that is going to be equal to 57,000. And once you are going to add these, what you are going to get? 500, and then after that this 4 and 2, 6, and this 2 and 3 and 2 is going to be 5. Now the condition that is given here says what? It says person 1 and person 2 invest in 3 mutual funds A, B and C. The amount they invest in each of these mutual funds are given in the table. At the end of 1 year, the total amount the person 1 get is 500 more than the second one. Now if mutual fund A, the interest, annual interest rate that they are going to get at the end of the year is, we are assuming it to be 10%. That is given in the option B. So it is satisfying the condition. The person 1 is getting 57,000, the other one is getting 56,500, and this person 1 getting 500 extra amount than the person B. So that means for this option, Option B is going to be the correct one for the question number 3. Now if you are having any doubts related to these questions, if you are having some other methods you want to understand, you can let us know in the chat box. Now we are going to solve some more questions which are given in this examination. This question number 4 was again based on probability. Now this PNC and probability are the favorite topic of GATE examination. If you have gone through the previous year question paper, you must be having an idea about it, that each and every year they are asking question from probability and PNC continuously. In every set you will be getting at least one question, or more than one questions are also given in many sets. In this question you are getting one question from PNC and the other question from the probability. So this question number 4 says the probability of a boy or a girl being born is 1/2 for a family having only 3 children. What is the probability of having 2 girls and 1 boy? Now for this question, if you have solved question which are based on the probability, you will be able to solve this question taking only 20 seconds. But if you don't have any idea about it, if you only know the basics of probability, then only solving this question becomes very easy. How you can solve it? By not knowing probability. Now suppose if I am talking about there is a coin, this is head and this is tail, only 2 outcome is possible. So if I am asking what is the outcome of, if you are going to if you are going to shuffle a coin, so what outcome you will be getting? What is the possibility of getting head? So the answer is going to be what? Possibility is 1 out of total outcome. 1/2 is the possibility. That means this outcome is equally likely. That means total number of possible outcome, desired outcome divided by total number of possible outcome, that is known as probability. Right? Now in this case, what will be happening? How easily you can solve this question? It says the probability of a boy or a girl being born is 1/2. Now this information is completely irrelevant. We don't need to use that. They are saying for a family having only 3 children. In a family there are only 3 children, and what is the probability of having 2 girls and 1 boy? So first of all, we need to calculate what are the possible combination are there. Like if there are 3 children in the family, so what are the possibilities of them being girl or boy? And then after that, what is the desired outcome? Desired outcome is 2 girl and 1 boy. So 2 girl and 1 boy can be girl and boy, or it can be girl, boy and girl. This condition is also 2 girls, 1 boy, 2 girls, 1 boy. Or what can be the other possibility? Boy, girl and girl. That means 3 is the desired outcome divided by total outcomes what are possible here. So 3 desired outcome divided by what are the total outcomes? 2 to the power 3. That means 3/8 is what? Is the answer for this question number 4. But still, this is not it. How we are going to find it out? If you don't have idea about these things, how you can solve it? We are going to look into, we have 3 kids in a family. Now they can be either girl or boy. So what are the possible combination can be there? Just try to understand. Either they can be girl and girl, or they can be boy and boy. Now what other things can be? Girls and boy. Then after that girl, boy and boy. इधर क्या करेंगे? Boy, girl and girl, boy and girl, and then after that one will be G, girl and boy, and then will be boy, girl and boy. Now these, how many outcomes are possible? Is there any other thing that we can do with this question? The answer is going to be no. Only these combinations are possible. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 combinations are possible. So that means total outcome that are possible are 8, and out of that, what is the desired outcome? 2 girl and 1 boy. Outcome number 1. 2 girl is there and 1 boy is there. Then after that 2 girl is there, 1 boy is there. Then after that 2 girl is there, 1 boy is there. Desired outcome is what? Desired outcome is 3 and total outcome is 8. Just deal with these questions. If you have idea about probability, you can solve this question. If you have the the philosophy of this, that probability, this is how we calculate, 1/2 is the equally likely outcome, then based on that concept you can deal with the question like this, which is given in the question number 4. Now this question number 5, it says visualize 2 identical right circular cones such that one is right circular cone, such that one is inverted over the other and they share a common circular base. They are sharing a common circular base. If a cutting plane passes through the vertex of the assembled cone, what shape does the outer boundary of the resulting cone section make? Now this question is again a mixed example. If you have an idea about the mensuration, now if you solve a question which are based on 3D mensuration, You must be knowing how a cone look like. They are saying visualize two identical cones. These cones are identical. They are completely similar. Suppose this is cone 1, right, and they are inverted in a sense that this part is overlapping on the other. They are saying visualize two right cylindrical cones so that one is inverted over the other and they share a common circular base. This is the circular base now, so they share a common circular base and they are identical with each other. Now they are saying if cutting plane passes through the vertex of assembled cones. Now what is the vertex? This is going to be the vertex now. This is the cutting plane that is passing through the vertex. This is the cutting plane that is passing through the vertex. Now in this case they are saying what shape does the outer boundary of the resulting cross section will make. Now for solving this question number 5, what are the things? Is it an eclipse? No, it is not eclipse. Is it an ellipse? The answer is no. Is it a hexagon? For hexagon there should be 6 sides. There are no possibility of being it hexagon. Then after, is it a triangle? The answer is again no. This is not a triangle. They are saying is it a rhombus? Now check. You need to know the the property of a rhombus. That the diagonal of rhombus bisect each other at 90 degree. Now if you are going to look into these are what? These are identical cone, and this will be what? This will be perpendicular. This will be perpendicular on this part now. So this is going to make 90 degree angle, this is going to make 90 degree angle, this is going to make 90 degree angle, this cone is going to make 90 degree angle. And these cones are what? These cones are identical in shape. It's given na here. They are identical right circular cone. That means they will be making this 90 degree angle here. Their diagonals will be making 90 degree angle, and these are what? These are identical cones. So this shape will be a rhombus. That means option D is the correct one. Question number 5. Now all these questions are for only 1 mark. Now we are going to solve question which consists of 2 marks. So this question number 1 we have done. The answer for question number 1, how you can solve this, was based on PNC and the correct answer is 48. Then after that, when we are talking about this question number 2, that was from the English, and if you have an idea about it, you can mark it or you can skip it, as depending. This is based on something that you cannot interpret it on your own. If you have knowledge about this question, you can deal with it. This question is nothing but the application of percentage. If you have the knowledge of percentage, if you have solved the question which are based on simple interest, solving this question number 3 becomes very easy. Then after that, question number 4 is based on probability. They are asking 2 girls and 1 boy, so either you can solve like this, what is the desired outcome divided by total number of outcome, or you can write the total, what are the outcomes that are possible, and then after the desired outcome in the top you can write it like in the numerator and denominator. That's how you can solve this. Now this question number 4 was based on the application of mensuration. They will never ask question directly, like in the previous year they have done, like suppose there is a paper is given and you are going to fold it like this, so what will be the answer? So these are this is the crux of the GATE examination. Every year they ask question like that. So this is about question number 5. Now this question number 6, again it should be 1 mark. This is not 2 marks question. It says thousands years ago some people began dairy farming. कुछ लोगों ने क्या किया? डेयरी फार्मिंग को बिगिन किया. This coincides with a number of mutations in a particular gene that resulted in these people developing the ability to digest milk. Now what happened in this year? Now this question is from this critical reasoning wala part. It says thousands of years ago some people began dairy farming. Some people have started dairy farming. This coincides with the number of mutations in the particular gene. जिसकी वजह से क्या हुआ? Mutations हुए in a particular gene, and result of that was what? In these they have got the ability to digest dairy milk. Now in these kind of question, first of all you can use the elimination method. Whenever in question you are going to find always or you are going to find never. These extreme cases, because here a general idea is given, because of this thing, because of these mutations, what happened, that particular gene that resulted of these people developing the ability to digest milk, because of the mutations in the gene, the people have developed the ability to digest the milk. Now if they are saying people are never developed or people have always developed, so these are what? These are extreme cases. And whenever you are going to get extreme cases, you can you can use the elimination method and you can reject that. They are saying no human being can digest dairy milk. Now this is what? Extreme case. No or never. All human beings, again extreme case. So whenever you are going to remove this extreme case wala part na, so solving this question will be very easy. This question, option number C, digestion of dairy milk is essential for human being. Now this is a advice, this is a suggestion. This cannot be inferred from the questions. The only option that is here, in human being, digestion of dairy milk resulted from the muted gene. Now here it is given mutations of gene that resulted in these people developing the ability to digest milk. This becomes like active wise, and the passive wise given in the option B. So for this question number 6, it was the easiest one out of this general aptitude part. Option B is going to be the correct one. Now question number 7, it says the sum of the following infinite series is. Now in this case we need to find the sum of the infinite series. So for that you need to have an idea about the sequence and series wala question. If you have idea, you can find it very easily. If you don't have an idea about how to solve these kind of question, you may take time. So what we can do here, we can divide it question into 3 parts. First of all, how we are going to solve it, just write 2 plus, then the first one will be 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 16 dot 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 till infinity. Then after that plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 9 plus 1 upon 27 plus dot dot till infinity. Now we don't know how to, you just need to understand the alternate series wala option. Now here we have divided this series is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 16 can be solved in one part, and this another series 1 upon 3, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 27 can be solved on the other part. Now how we are going to solve it? How to solve it? Just this 2 plus, keep it separate. We are going to solve this first part 1, and then after that we'll be solving this part 2. This part 1 says 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 16. That is what we are going to calculate here. So what we can do here for this question, we know that just denoted by S1. S1 is equal to 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 16. Now what we are going to do here, multiply to both sides. That means 2S1 will be equal to what? 2 multiplied by 2 will give 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8, and the series will go on plus dot dot till infinity. Now this is the standard method of solving these questions which are there. Now what we have done here, we have divided in 3 parts. This is going to be the part 1 which we will add at the end of the question. This part 1, it says 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3. How we are going to solve it? Now we know that S1 is equal to this. We have multiplied it by 2 for the ease of calculation. Now just if you are going to look into this question, this value is going to be equal to S1. So that means 2S1 is equal to 1 plus S1. That means 2S1 subtracted from S1, it will give S1 is equal to 1. That means the series 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 16 is equal to 1. This is the solution for this part 1. So how we can write it, like 2 plus 1 plus what you are going to solve, how you are going to solve this part 2. You can pause this video right here and you can check on your own by using this method only. This is the standard method of getting answers in these kind of questions. Now we are going to solve this part 3 of the same question. It says 1 upon 3. Now we can write here S2. Suppose S2 is equal to 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 9 plus 1 upon 27 plus dot dot infinity. Now here what we can do here, because these all are the digits which can be divided by 2. That's why we have multiplied it by 2. Now here we will be multiplying it by 3. 3S2 will be equal to what? 1 plus 1 upon 3, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 27, and this series will go on like this. So for these questions, if you have a basic idea about sequence and series, you will be easily able to solve this. It says 3S2 is equal to what? 1 plus S2. Now S2, 3S2 subtracted from S2 will give what? 2S2. 2S2 is equal to what? S2 is equal to 1 upon 2. So simply we have divided this question into 3 parts. This is an example of alternate series. 2 plus 1 plus 1 upon 2. Once you are going to solve it, it will give 3 plus 1 upon 2. That will be equal to what? 3 to the 6 1, 7 by 2. 7 upon 2. Option A is the correct one. If you still have any doubt in this question, you can let us know in the chat box. This becomes very easy again from the topic of sequence and series that we already done in the classroom course also. This question number 8, although this is based on your spatial, like these kind of questions are being asked in the different paper in the seed and UC, but still we can solve this question number 15. It says the 15 question number 8, it says the 15 parts of the given figure are to be painted such that no two adjacent part with shared boundary excluding corners that have the same color, the minimum number of colors which are required. That is what we are here to find it out. Now you can pause the video right here so that you can check what is the correct answer for this question, right? You can pause the pause right here and you can check on your own what is going to be the right answer in this case. Okay, so now we are going to solve it. It says how many color combination are possible. Say that the adjacent boundary, no two adjacent part with share boundaries. Suppose if you are going to fill it like this is going to be the C1, right, and this is going to be the C2. This would not be same, na? These boundaries are sharing. Now if this is C2, this we can keep C3, or we can keep it C1. We will just wait for this. Now if this is C2, we can keep anything here. If this is C1, because these boundaries are shared, na, C1, and this boundary is not shared directly with this one. Is it shared boundary? This boundary and this boundary, they are shared boundary. So we cannot keep C1 nor C2 here. So we can keep C3 here. How we check all these things? Is it a shared boundary or not? We are checking only adjacent one. Here this boundary is being shared with this one. So this is, that's why we are keeping C3 here. Now if this is C3, what we can write here? This C3 is there and C1 is there. So here we can keep C2. Same way you can check for all these things. If this is C2, this is C3, right? C3 and C2 is there, and then after that what you can keep here? If you are going to keep, suppose C3, C2, C1 we can keep here, because this is what? This is the shared boundary. This is the shared boundary. C3 is there, C1 is there, C2 is there. Now for this thing, you need to have one more color. That should be C4. C4 will be required. In this case you can check, na, because these boundaries are being shared by 4 options. If this is C3, this is C2, this is C1, C4. Now in this case C1 and C4 is there and C2 is here only, that is sharing this boundary. C1, C4, we can keep C3 here. If this is C3, this boundary will be what? C3, C4, C3 and C1 we can keep here. So that's how you can check in only 4 combinations. You need to check what are the adjacent sides that are there. Here they are sharing 4 common boundaries. Now this was complex part only in this question. Suppose if you are keeping it C3, so this will be C2, and here 4 sides are common. This side and this side and this side, along with that this and this side. So if this is going to be C3, this would be C2, this would be C1, and for this, if you are going to keep, you cannot keep C1 here because this is the shared boundary. You cannot keep C3 here because this is the same that boundary, and this option is also there, na? So for this question, which option is the correct one? This option C is the correct one. You can check it on your own, like what are the minimum number of colors combination can be made so that no two adjacent boundary share the same color. That was the question number 8 based on the special aptitude. Now this question number 9, again this question is based on pie chart, and this is also the easiest one to solve this question. Now this question is based on percentage and data interpretation, that is pie chart. It says in the election, share of valid votes received by 4 candidates A, B, C and D is represented by the pie chart. So the total number of votes cast in the election were, these are total number of votes, 1,15,000, out of which 5,000 were invalid. That means in an election, total number of votes that were polled at the election were 1,15,000. Out of that, 5,000 votes were invalid. Now this data is about what? Share of valid votes. That means this information, these percentages are given with respect to valid votes. So first calculate how many valid votes are there. If total votes are this and 5,000 votes were invalid, that means total valid vote will be what? 1,10,000. Why this is happening? Because 5,000 votes were rejected. Now what are invalid votes? Suppose if you are going to a polling booth, and what you are doing here, suppose if you are going to vote by ballot paper and you are marking 2 options at a time, so your vote will not be counted, it will be an invalid vote. Or if you are going to vote through a EVM, so you are pressing 2 buttons at a time, so your vote will be invalid, that will not be counted. So that means in an election 5,000 votes were invalid, that means total valid votes were given 1,10,000. Out of that, share of valid vote is given, out of 1,10,000 votes, A got 40%, B got 25%, C got 20%, D got 15%. That is the combination here, na? That is the percentage here. Now they are saying based on the data provided, the total number of valid votes received by the candidate B and C. Now nothing can be simple than this. They are saying out of the data provided, how many votes are casted in the favor of C and B, na? B and C. Okay. So in favor of B, 25% of votes are being polled, and in favor of C, 20%. If you are going to add it, that means 45% of votes are going towards B and C. So just calculate 45% of 1,10,000 10,000. Simply you will be getting answer in only one line if you have the right knowledge of solving these questions which are based on percentage. Now 45 divided by 100 multiplied by 1,10,000. These 20 will be balanced, and what will be getting here? 11 say score. If you are going to multiply, 20 will be there. 49,500. Simply in 3 lines you can get the answer. This is about question number 9. Now we are going to solve the last question from this topic. This was based on dice. Now for dice, there are two kinds of dice. One is general dice, the other one is standard dice, that we have already covered in the classroom courses. But here for solving this question is based on unfolding of a dice. So for these kind of question you need to have the basic knowledge how we solve questions which are based on general dice or the standard dice. Now this is an example of what? First of all, what is the difference between a standard dice? That will be covering in the other part. For this question, what we are going to do here, whenever we are going to unfold the dice, whatever things you are getting on these sides, they will be opposite to each other. These alternates. See, just pay attention here. What I am saying is, whenever you are going to unfold any dice, the opposite to 5 will be 3, opposite to 1 will be 6. These are in the alternate. Opposite to 4 will be 2. That is the case. That is what we are going to check here. If 5 is there, that means behind the 5, 3 will be there. Behind 1, 2 will be there. Behind 4, 6 will be there. Like opposite to 1, 2 will be there. Opposite to 4, 6 will be there. Opposite to 5, 3 will be there. The same way. That is the understanding of the dice once you are going to unfold it. Now for this question number 10, what is given here? They have given 3 views of a dice shown in the figure. They are saying the piece of paper that can be folded to make this dice. So from the given option we can check it. Now if we are going to check option number 1, in that case what will be happening? Behind 5, opposite to 5, 3 should be there. Opposite to 1, 6 should be there. Opposite to 4, 2 should be there. Now this is what? This is the combination. Now how we are going to check it? Whenever any option is given, you can check like this. How you can check? These two sides, one is on this side, one on this side. These are opposite to each other. These alternate digits are opposite to each other. That's how we are checking. So if this option is correct, so opposite to 5, 3 should be there. Opposite to 1, 6 should be there. Opposite to 4, 2 should be there. Now in this question, we are getting 5, 4, 1. That means, what is? If 5 is there, 3 should not be there, because 3 is opposite to 5. This is the way we are checking. Now if 4 is there, opposite to 4, what will be there? 2 will be there. 2 should not be here. 1 is there, opposite to 1, 6 should be there, 6 should not be visible here. That is how we check. Now in this dash 2, it says 4, 6, 3. Now what are the values which are opposite to this? This should not be visible. Opposite to 4, 2 should be there, 2 is not here. Now opposite to 6, 1 should be there, 1 is not here. Opposite to 3, 5 should be there, 5 is also not visible. So that is the correct one. Now then in this third option, opposite to 2, 4 should be there, not visible. Opposite to 5, 3 should be there, not visible. Opposite to, what is left? Opposite to 2, 4 should be there, that is not visible. So for this question, option A is the correct one. Now if you want to have more understanding about this question, we are going to solve, check the option number B. According to this one, option B, if you are going to check, opposite to 5 should be 3 should be there. We can write it like this. Opposite to 1, 2 should be there. Then after that, opposite to 4, 6 should be there. Now we are going to check like this. That means if 5 is visible, 3 should not be visible. If 3 is visible, 5 should not be visible. If 1, then 2 not. Then after that 2, 1 not. If 4, not 6. If 6, not 4. That is what we are going to check in the option number 2. Now 5 is visible, 3 should not be visible. Correct. If 5 we have checked. If 4 is visible, 6 should not be visible. If 1 is visible, 2 should not be visible. Correct. Now the second view. If 4 is visible, 6 should not be visible. 6 is visible here. This option get eliminated. How we are eliminating? If 1 is visible, the other opposite side should not be visible, because it will be the back on the back side. So 5 is visible, so 3 should not be visible. That is the correct one. If 4 is visible, 6 should not be visible. Correct. 1 is visible, 2 should not be. First view is correct. But the second view, if 4 is visible, 6 should not be, but 6 is given here. That means this 6 is not on the opposite side. That's how option B is eliminated. You can check all these questions which are given here. For this question, option A is the correct one. If you are having any doubt related to any questions, you can let us know in the chat box. For such more informative videos, you can subscribe our channel. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more information related to this examination, you can contact on the numbers which are given in the description box. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video.